Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Most Epic Adventures. I'm your host, Rob Zip, and tonight I am joined by Forebode, coming from separate places in Austin, Texas. Let's go ahead and add them each but one by one. We'll let them introduce themselves. Hey, how's it going, TJ?
Hey,
What do you do in the
TJ
band?
from Forebode. I am the vocalist.
Awesome. All right, let me add Eddie.
Hey,
What's up, Eddie? What do you?
I'm Eddie and I play guitar.
Awesome. And I met you two dudes. I've seen Eddie a couple of times. Nice. And here comes Zach.
Hey. I'm Zach. I do the drums, play the drums.
Do the drums. And we got Guillermo here.
What's up? You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah? All right, cool. Guillermo, I play the bass.
And there's do you know Gigi Lynn?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right on. Well, I did put the link out, so if people wanted to join in, they can. But
Great.
we'll just let your mom chill in the waiting area. We got a little comment. Hey, TJ Coy is from your friend Keith.
Oh yeah, what's up, Keith? Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. What is that, like San Antonio Spurs, like Austin fans or whatever? Is that what that is?
Yeah. No, it's a soccer team from London. It just happens to be called Spurs, but we do have a supporters group here in Austin called Austin Spurs.
Oh, the Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
Okay. So right on. Well, that's cool. We can talk about that a little bit later, but let's talk about your band first. So TJ and Eddie, I met you guys at Foam Hinge.
Yeah.
At Carbach Brewing Company back in, what was that, November?
Yeah, it was right around. Was it around your birthday, TJ? I think it was the weekend of your birthday.
It was the week after. Yeah.
I'm too fucking bright. Turn this down.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Eddie
That
was
was Ace Frehley from Kiss and Power Trip and High on Fire, Pat Travers band. That was a crazy lineup for a brewery.
Yeah. This is, I think, their second year in a row doing it, and this year was a better lineup. It still was a pretty eclectic group of bands for sure.
Yeah, the first time I went, it was Blue Oyster Cult and The Sword, which was really cool.
That'd be cool, man. I miss that. Yeah. I have such a weird work schedule, man. But then I saw you, Eddie, at Power Trip's Evil Beat show up in Dallas.
Yeah, that was crazy. And Carcass, to me, was the band of the night.
Dude, speaking of me and my weird schedule, I've been working the overnights, and I wanted to get there early because sometimes I like to be surprised by bands I haven't heard of before. And I got there early, and I ended up leaving early because I just was so tore up. I saw Torch. I think that was the last band I saw. Yeah, I love those guys. That was the first time I actually saw them, and they were actually better than I expected them to be.
They were fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed up their lineup. I think they switched. The former bassist is now playing guitar and replaced the other guitarist that they had before. I don't know. Now I feel like they do more of the floor thing, which is pretty cool. Another project that Torch has. Mm-hmm. They go real low and real heavy.
Yeah, right on.
I wish I could have made that. I was in Thailand, but I wanted to see Warthog and Red Death. Those were the two I really wanted to see. I was texting Eddie from Thailand, actually, asking if there was any merch.
Yeah. Very limited merch for those bands. It was Power Trip and Carcass took over the whole merch stand.
Yeah, it's true.
That was a real weird lineup. There was a lot of stuff I would not go out of my way for, but then there was a lot of really great stuff too. Drab Majesty really blew me away too. I was really impressed with them. Guillermo's into that.
Guillermo for that one.
I've been down with Drab Majesty since before anyone knew who the hell they were, man. Yeah. I love that guy. It's one dude, really, but
it was cool. Real cool experience.
I can't remember them. I remember seeing who was it? Widowmaker?
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, they were. they were kind of boring to me at first, but then I really caught on to them. You know, I don't know. It was cool. I wish I could have stayed for the whole thing. I feel sometimes, you know, you got to balance, you know, what you want to do with these festivals, you know.
Yeah, it was hard, but I saw every single band at that one.
Oh, and that was a cool
Better
thing.
or
Yeah.
for worse.
Yeah, I mean, that was a cool thing. It was 2 stages, and they made it to where you could see every band, basically.
Oh, hey, Tim. I see Tim on there.
Yeah.
We can see the live comments.
What up, Tim?
Yeah. Awesome to see you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, what up, Tim?
It's our buddy
What
Tim,
up,
man.
Tim?
Love that guy.
Let's do a hard shout out to Tim. He really is the best.
Yep.
He's at every show, not just ours, but you know all the awesome bands in that Austin.
Man is
scene.
keeping the Austin music scene alive single-handedly.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Product placement right here.
No
Oh
lies.
yeah.
So let's
Suicide
talk
Cult.
a little bit more about your band. I guess tell the audience what you guys are all about.
Go ahead, Guillermo. What are we about? Let's see. Heavy-ass riffs. I mean, we love playing loud, love playing heavy, also love playing fast, love playing groovy stuff, also like playing kind of scary stuff. We're really all over the place as far as your metal genres go. I think we fall into a few different categories. We got some doom going on, some groove, some black metal going on, some thrash. You know, we all kind of bring in our influences. Definitely, I think we definitely pay a lot of tribute to the whole NOLA sludge thing too. That's an influence for all of us, and the whole Texas thrash thing as well. We do that pretty well, and yeah, we just have fun, man. We write songs that we want to hear, basically.
Right.
Agreed.
And say that, but I feel like we try to push it. Like we write, you know, 8-12-minute songs, and it's not an occurrence where a lot of people will tell us they were bored or anything like that at a show. You know, I think we like to keep everyone engaged with what we do on stage. That's a big thing for us, keeping everyone entertained.
Right on.
Yeah, I echo that, Guillermo. The one compliment that I feel like was most flattering was you guys were not a boring doom band.
Yeah,
something along those lines. Like there was a lot going on, but we never got bored. I like that.
Yeah, that's not something a lot of doom bands hear, I feel. So it's nice.
Oh, hey to Brian Rose. He's watching from New York. He came and saw us at one of our last shows.
Oh, sick. What's up, Brian?
So,
yeah, he was at a Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, I remember Brian.
Cheers, man.
Very good friend of mine.
Awesome. Well, that's cool that you guys got fans all over. What are you guys doing to help get your word out, other than giving dudes at festivals picks and stuff?
It's actually even funnier than that. I think Eddie was looking for the price on the shirt that you had on.
Yeah.
He was looking for somebody, and we just happened to walk up. So you got a pick because of that.
Nice.
But how do we get the word out, man?
We come from different places, you know. I feel like that might be part of it.
Right. One of my Facebook friends is some guy you went to high school with in Illinois.
Ben. I hope Ben tunes in. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I've been talking to him. Yeah, we were just like, how do you know Rob?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm still friends with him. He might have unfriended me. I'm not sure. People add me, and what's his last name?
I don't know. He puts it as Earl, I think, on Facebook.
Okay, yeah, Benjamin Earl. Yeah, we're friends. He's
Get
he's the flying butcher.
Yes.
I'm so Chicago. I actually enjoyed Jepson's Malort.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Keith asked me, where in Illinois am I from? I'm not from Illinois. I'm from Houston, Texas. I think I met Ben at. No, yeah, I did. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, I know exactly who Ben is. Yeah, he does fuck it. He tried to make me drink some Malort.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't drink, and he respected that.
Yeah.
So
he's a great guy, real great guy. One of the first. There was a very small group of us in Cary, Illinois, who were listening to metal, and he was first on that wagon with that group.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice guy. I met him at the Full Terror Assault open air. You guys got to come to that. They say it's still going to happen. I've already paid for my ticket.
When is that?
It's in September.
September.
Let me look. I'll tell you the exact date because
It's where they used to do the Gathering of the Juggalos.
it is. Yeah,
Cave in Rock, Illinois.
Cave in Rock, Illinois. Exactly.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, events.
I mean, going back to the reach of the fans, I think maybe Zach, maybe we should all say where we grew up.
Yeah.
Brian called the Chicago handshake. That's when you have a shot of Malort and old style. That's what they call the Chicago handshake.
What is Malort? That's what I want to know.
Malort.
It's Malort.
It's like a
Some
Swedish
foul.
liqueur. It tastes like I think it
Malort.
tastes like hairspray if you took it out of a condom.
Yeah.
Hairspray out of a condom.
Yeah.
Got some hair
I
on
love
your
it.
chest.
It's great.
It's definitely a dare drink, I would say.
Yeah, it turned into a novelty, but it used to be a medicinal alcohol, and it was treated for like menstrual cramps and stuff back in the day in Norway and Sweden. And then one company can make it in the United States, and it's the Jepson family who obtains sole proprietor rights to the formula, and they make it in Chicago.
Here's the
Sounds like it
Oh,
might
there
get.
it is.
here's the poster for Full Terror Assault for this year.
Oh, sick.
It's always awesome.
War.
September 9th through 12th. And yeah, they say it's still going to happen. So
I guess we'll see.
yeah,
Looks
we'll,
pretty
we'll,
badass.
we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Exodus.
Yeah, Gary Holt is back in the band. Now that
Oh, yeah.
Slayer,
I'm
Nice.
excited
Slayer's
for
done.
the record that they're going to put out. Hey, how does Keith know about Cary, Illinois? That's cool. Is he from Cary, TJ?
I know he's from Illinois.
That's cool, man. That's where
I'm surprised you didn't meet him at the game I took you to that one time.
that was fun.
But-
I met a lot of cool people at that.
Anyways,
Yeah. Okay, Zach, where are you from?
Zach.
Yeah. From Northern California, a little shit-stained town called Chico. Nah, it's a great spot. And they got a little doom scene out there. A couple bands that I grew up watching: Amarok, Armed for Apocalypse, the Mackay. Got me into the whole doom stoner stuff.
Blood Cabana.
Cabana. Yeah, that was more metalcore, but definitely had a little taste of the stoner stuff. But yeah, I moved to Austin a couple years ago, and it just seemed like that's what was going on, and which is great because it's something that I've always been interested in. But it's kind of cool too because I've got a lot of friends back in the Northern California area, and some of them are following us, and some of them have bought all our merch, and it's cool because they haven't seen us live, but they know who I am. So it's a good way to stay connected to some people from home.
Yeah, we get a lot of California listeners on the Spotify thing.
We do, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So on
Let's go.
Spotify, does it tell you where people are located?
Yeah, it does. We were talking about that last time on our last band group chat. But yeah, we've got some listeners. I can't remember off the top of my head, but maybe TJ, you remember some of the places that people are listening?
All over, man. I think there's
Cool. So cool.
there.
Yeah, it's badass.
I mean, but it's all over. Like it's just even cool to see like one or two or three people from Europe and shit that are checking us out. Like it's kind of like flattering, even though it's not that many people, but for us it's huge, and I love it. But I think right now I think our top kind of cities are like Austin, Houston, San Antonio, and then Chicago, and which are just in Dallas, and those are like the cities that you want to be heard in. So, sure.
Keith's from Palatine. That's cool, dude.
Oh, Palatine.
Where's Palatine?
It's right next to Cary. I mean, it's like Cary, Fox River Grove, Barrington. They're all like it's northwest suburbs of Chicago.
Dude.
That's so
Okay.
cool.
Dude, I'm from
I gotta hang out
Palatine.
with Keith. Yeah, I know.
Didn't
Me
you,
and Keith are gonna get
TJ,
together later.
didn't you mention somebody from Denmark had been listening or something like that?
Yeah, I think we had like 3 plays from Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Cool.
We had a few from Germany though too, right? Because
Yeah.
there was that guy that reviewed the Soul Trip video and got us some exposure in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We got played at a state. We get played in a station in London too.
I
It's
love
really
it, man.
cool to see
That's
where
awesome.
the sales of the merch has gone too. Like we've sent merch all over the world.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah. I
totally
shipped out a
amazing.
CD to Australia once, which was totally random and awesome.
Yeah.
It's $25 for a $10 CD. Okay.
They want to support the band, you know. That's awesome.
Yeah,
we
it's
got
badass, man. Yeah, I threw him a bunch of extra stuff. It's like, let's make it worth it.
All right, Zach is.
our,
I'll remove him until
working.
he comes back. Put us in the 4 box. Yeah. So I saw. So you guys had made a bunch of merch for some shows that ended up not happening, right?
Yeah.
Like there was that big stoner jam you guys were going to play, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Stoner Jam, and then
Anytime-
next day there was a Spider Ball, which was a show for Small Stone Records and Ripple Music. Those two were going to be back to back, both like 50 band bills type of thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
4 pages and shit. It's cool.
Oh, and Ripple's a pretty big label in that genre, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we were hoping to catch some eyes and ears at those. That's the biggest hit I feel like that we
Yeah.
took, was just our opportunity was like at a really high level. We had a great slot at both of the shows, like 8:00 slot on
Nice.
these giant festivals, and they're my favorite events every year. Whatever happens at Spider House, and then we got some updates I think about Stoner Jam. Maybe not. Maybe. Okay, what do we hear, Guillermo?
It's still going to happen at some point. It's still going to be at the Far Out Lounge.
There's a new place.
Which is, I actually went there this past weekend. They reopened with like very, very strict conditions, but they have the capacity to do it safely. They have, we're talking about 3 acres of straight up spread out open land, and they had like picnic tables set up 100 feet away from each other.
Wow.
Yeah. But 3 acres of just, I mean, that's huge, man. And that's where it's going to be held. Like they were going to have a classic car show on one end, skate ramp on the other end, 3 stages, merch tables set up all over the place. It's a pretty nice setup over there. The good news is they're still going to do it where they're just waiting for, things to calm down like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there were a lot of bands that were going to be coming in from out of town for that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All over the world.
All over the world, yeah. So,
I mean, so are those bands still going to come for that, or?
Hope so.
Good
I
question.
hope, we hope so. I mean, it'd be cool if they did reschedule. Obviously, logistically, that might not be possible for a lot of them, but I think it all depends on timing. I wouldn't be surprised if we're still stuck in this for a few months and then they just decide to wait till next year. But
Yeah.
ultimately, it's whatever makes for the best show too. So, and whatever's safest for everyone too. So, I think we kind of got over the pain of that show being canceled already.
Yeah, and we've had some awesome support from I don't know if you want to call them family or friends or fans, but we sold a lot of merch during this time period. And so just a genuine thank you to everybody who did that.
Yeah.
We have our all of our stuff on our Bandcamp page, and it's just, I see the notifications when they pop up.
TJ, are you outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear the wind whistling through your mic there.
Actually, it's Cinco de Mayo, so I had
Oh,
some
okay.
beans.
So it's your ass.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll mute myself when I'm not talking. So
No, it's fine. It's
That
fine.
works.
I just wanted to figure out where that was coming from.
feel you.
How's the weather in Austin? It's pretty warm here in Houston area. Actually, you know what? Forget I asked that. I was talking to my friend Gester from this band Morpholith in Iceland the other day, And I started talking to him about weather, and he was like, "All right, guy, well, it's time to end this." So I know I'm old, but I need to stop talking about the weather. Fuck, dude. Nobody
There's too
wants
many
to hear
albums about the weather already.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So during this time where everything's like kind of on a lockdown, are you guys getting together at all? Are you guys making any new music?
We've been
meeting
writing,
up.
but not meeting up in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing Zoom or Facebook chats and like hanging out, just talking about whatever, drinking a couple beers, hanging out. Yeah.
Trying to strategize.
Tactical retreat.
Yeah.
I've been pretty inspired by all this to write some lyrics to songs that I hadn't finished lyrics for yet. So that's been nice. I tend to go through kind of a writer's block sometimes. So this whole climate of fear has been helpful and hurtful for my mental health, but helpful for the outlet of playing music.
Right.
I've been playing a ton of guitar. I know, Guillermo, have you been doing some guitar too, in addition to
Yeah. I've been playing guitar every day for hours, man. Just playing guitar, writing stuff for us, writing stuff for some side projects I have in mind, and staying busy. But I mean, I think once we get back, it's gonna be fun to sort through all the stuff that I'm sure we've come up with, and if we already have, I don't know how much material for the new album, but we're probably gonna have to sort through what I'm assuming is gonna be hours worth of stuff at this point.
Yeah, Tim's asking release date for the new album. I think we don't have a release date, and we can't really have that until after we finish like recording the album. So just to have perspective, but we have pretty much an album's length of material written, or at least close to it, plus all this other stuff that we haven't even shared with each other yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
you're good.
No, go for it, man.
We did announce that the album is going to be called The Pit of Suffering, but it kind of sucks because I think we were all ready to. After South by, we were planning on taking a break from some shows for a little bit and finishing up, writing and everything, and planning to get in the studio by summer, and everything's been kind of delayed, which really sucks. But we had hoped to have it out this year. Who knows? We'll try.
Yeah, it's kind of out of our hands, but it's the good news is we do have a bunch of material ready to go. And that's never been an issue for us creatively. I mean, if we go into a practice room and we're like, all right, we're gonna write a new song, we write a new song like right then and there. That's
Even our first meeting of the four of us all together, we wrote a song on the spot.
Yeah, first
during our audition,
whatever you want to call it, audition, first meeting, right? Because TJ and I actually started the band, but we went through a few different two different drummers, TJ and two guitar players. So we didn't really become Forebode until the day we meet up with Eddie and Zach. I would say that was when Forebode was really born, and that first day, which was kind of an audition, we ended up just fucking hanging out and writing a song together, a song that we still play to this day pretty much as it was that same day, which is
the metal slug.
There's a video of it, so if you dig deep in our Facebook video archives, I think there's a clip from that first ever jam, and it has the earliest version of it, at least a couple of the riffs from it. It's pretty cool.
You can see the chemistry, dude. It's pretty cool. I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah, it just starts, and then even more recently, like it just starts with a riff. Like I think one of the times that we've written a song, Eddie had a riff that we went with, and I think by the end of the practice, it was almost all the way there.
It's sad. That one, I know the one you're talking about. That one, is that the title track, TJ?
Yeah.
Probably.
The Pit of Suffering.
Yep. Yeah, usually the way it works is like I'll come in with a riff, or Eddie will come in with a riff, and then I'll look at Eddie and be like, all right, come up with something sad or something thrashy, or Eddie will look at me and be like, all right, come up with something doomy.
Yeah.
And like, okay, 5 seconds later, we're like 50 to 60% through a song. And then TJ will come in and be like, hey, play this part like this instead of like this. And Zach will do the same kind of, with the drum compositions and all that. So yeah, the chemistry is fantastic, man. That's one of the things I love about this band for sure.
How long have you guys been together?
Me and Guillermo started in 2017 in like September. So yeah, Eddie and Zach joined in March of 2018. So we had kind of, these few months of with the original lineup, me, Guillermo, Jack, and Ryan, we actually wrote 3 songs, which are all on the EP.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of work done with the original lineup, and then just some things happened to work out with everybody. And me and Guillermo for a while were worried, like, oh fuck, we wrote all these songs, and like, who knows if this is gonna actually happen, And so Eddie and Zach came in, added to it. Me and Guillermo, I think, were inspired by what they did with the songs to improve them as well, which was great. But
Zach keeps disappearing.
He is actually at work. I think he's.
That's just Zach, man. Don't worry about
He's actually at work.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
He works at
What does he do?
at the music lab here. He works at the music lab, which is where we rehearse.
Oh, okay.
it. Yeah.
I don't know, helping people. No.
Yeah, what's he doing over there? Wiping stuff down or something? Like,
I think they reopened. I saw an update on their.
oh, it did reopen.
Yeah, just a select number of rooms, so that they're at 25 capacity or whatever.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if those rooms are going to be hard to clean.
That. Yep.
I think that slushy that dude dropped on the floor is still there in that same room.
Definitely still there. Yeah.
The slushy he dropped in 2002.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell him that story. A guy just walked in and dropped the slushy like first thing.
And then just left. Never saw him.
Peaced out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Keith asked a typo question. I'm assuming that's
yeah. So
TJ.
we'll show it.
I've been obsessing over typo negative too late frozen this past week. It's a good one. What typo have you been focused on lately? Man, fucking all of it, bro. But a couple weeks ago was Peter Steele's anniversary of his death. It was 10 years. So I got the vinyl box set that came out last year. And
what's in that?
My girlfriend woke up. It's all the albums from the Roadrunner years. So it's all the albums minus Dead Again.
Okay.
But I would say, to answer Keith's question, I've been listening to Dead Again on repeat just because I have sat through, and on that day I actually started with the first record and went all the way through the records until I went to sleep. And Dead Again's not in that collection, so I have it on CD, and I've been everywhere I've been driving around and just been listening to that. I think it's probably Typo's most underrated record, just because it's not on Roadrunner and it wasn't as well promoted. So
yeah, who put that one out?
That was SPV in Germany.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Any typo questions TJ can answer.
I'm a typo book, man. I got the whole dictionary in my head. Any questions you have? I don't know the band personally, but I might as well. I did meet Johnny Kelly once, the drummer. So
around that time, the anniversary of his death, I'm in a Danzig group called Keep on Danzig, and somebody posted it was like from a magazine, and Peter Steele was talking about some of his favorite bands, because they posted, because I saw them with Danzig in 1994, because I'm old. but they I was in high school then, but like he had listed, they posted it because he listed Danzig as one of his favorite bands, but he also had listed Carnivore as one of his favorite bands.
Yeah, his own band.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, dude, come on.
Well, the original Typo record, Slow, Deep, and Hard, was literally just a bunch of throwaway Carnivore songs they never got to record Fun fact. So
Did not know that.
I mean, the true typo negative is, Bloody Kisses. That's when they kind of hit their form. But some would argue also, the Origin of the Feces, the fake live album they made, which has a completely hilarious story in itself, is kind of the lead into it, because that's where they did the Paranoid cover, the Black Sabbath Paranoid cover. And it was the first time you heard typo, not thrash at that point, not thrash and punk. So I could talk about typo all night. I won't waste everyone's time.
Tell them what your mic stand looks. Or do you have your mic stand? It's not nearby.
Oh yeah, you should have.
Garage, yeah.
It's pretty sick. He's got like a typo green chain link.
Chain mic stand.
Yeah, made by Jason
I
Tarp.
posted a symbol on the bottom. It's pretty badass.
What did you put at the bottom?
So the bottom of it is a chain circle, but it has one link going across that connects the stem of it. And I painted it so it's like the O negative symbol on the bottom. But it's typo green. And my favorite vocalist of my favorite local band is the one that welded it for me, Jason Tarpey from Iron Age. So fucking, that was rad.
Rob, you would love Iron Age if you don't know. Already.
Yeah. The name sounds familiar, but I can't think of them. So
have you heard of the band Eternal Champion?
I don't think so.
No.
You would like them too.
They're more of like a true metal thing. Like they played the Hell's Heroes and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. I missed when they had Hell's Heroes here last year. I think that was the same time as Comic Palooza, and I had a booth at Comic Palooza, which was a huge waste of money and time, honestly.
It was.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Like how much I spent for what I was trying to accomplish, it really wasn't worth it. I could have just gone as just a regular patron and just handed out shirts and stickers like myself,
Yeah.
instead of paying like $600 for a booth. And yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. That's just something to keep. That's just something to keep in mind. If you ever think about getting a booth at a comic convention.
You better have Lou Ferrigno there with you.
Oh man, that guy will chase you down. If you take a picture of him and he sees you, he'll chase you down and say, "Give me the money." I've actually seen him do it. Like there's endless stories of him doing that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny.
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno.
We were watching Adventure Time. My wife and 10-year-old.
Real quick, so Lou Ferrigno? He reads mouths. What's he gonna do with everybody wearing a mask?
I don't know. Probably just put him in a sleeper hold.
Just be a big dude.
Just be big and charge money for autographs, probably.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm sorry, Eddie.
I was just gonna say he was a voice on Adventure Time. It was pretty cool. He's one of the characters.
Yeah. There were a lot of cool people that were character voices on Adventure Time.
Weird Al. That's TJ's favorite.
Yeah.
No, that's my favorite. I make him listen
Eddie,
to it.
Eddie Bean's his favorite. Hey, I love Weird Al too, though. It's cool.
Weird Al is actually a good musician.
Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. Yeah.
No doubt.
Hey, the accordion is a tough instrument, man.
He annihilates the accordion, and his
that
father
thing
was
is
also
no
a
joke.
master. So Keith has the answer. He answered correctly. What Lou Ferrigno would do? He would tear his purple sweatpants. Correct. Me and Keith, I don't know why we don't know each other, but I'm going to help you drink that Mastodon flask of Malort when we get together.
Whew. That's disgusting. I think I've had it. I don't drink now, but I did drink, and I've been to Chicago on times I drank, and I'm sure I've tried it. But
you either absolutely are or you absolutely aren't, because it's pretty unforgettable unless you have too much of it, and then it's pretty forgettable.
Zach's back. How's work going, Zach?
Hey guys, sorry. It's all right. Yeah, at the job right now, couldn't get it off. But sorry if there's any interruption or anything like that.
No, it's fine. I just take you away. They told me that you were actually at work, so I appreciate you still jumping on here, even though you're doing the work thing. I didn't expect you'd be at work wearing a tank top. Like,
Yeah, is that a pizza company?
It's a music store. Super laid back.
Looks
No
like a
rules.
pizza tank top, dude.
No rules. Yeah, right. I'm a pizza
we were,
delivery boy.
Zach was talking about Chico. There's a really awesome band from Chico called Arm for Apocalypse he played with that he's good friends with. I don't know if you've heard them, Rob, but you should check them out for sure.
Yeah, Arm for Apocalypse.
man, there's so many bands out there, you know, and it's hard to like it. You know, you listen to the Spotify playlists and you get recommendations from friends and you look at the record label. It's good to follow the record labels that you generally like what they put out, but it's still like there's still so much stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That's
everybody with it, man. I find a new band every day and send it to Guillermo and Eddie and Zach and fucking.
I appreciate it, by the way. TJ has turned me on to some great stuff.
Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up, but yeah, I'm always blown away.
I appreciate TJ sending stuff, but I'm personally the complete opposite person. Like, it takes me like 6 years to discover a new band. Like, a band, they could release something tomorrow, and I won't listen to it for like 4 years because I'm still listening to something from 4 years ago. I've been like that forever, but TJ's the complete opposite, so it kind of helps balance me out a little bit. That I can, he can say something new, and I'll listen to it sooner than later, which is great. I appreciate that.
And at least you have it on the radar too. So like, if you know the name, you can recall it.
Well, I know if TJ sends me something, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
What's everybody repping right now? Do you guys?
I was just gonna say real quick. Me and Guillermo have been floating the idea around of doing like our own little podcast where it's like I show Guillermo a band I found and he reacts to it, or it's like a band that he should have heard before.
You can feel free to drop some names, but there's a lot of stuff I have not heard that I probably should have heard. I've never heard a COC song.
Oh, no.
Really?
Never heard a Kaya song.
Wow.
Yeah, Caius.
And we played with members of like these bands, like there's
there's a lot of stuff out there. So that actually, TJ, that's something we should do.
Yeah,
we should. We could even do it easily now.
Yeah,
we
should. We have the time.
TJ's last idea of a podcast, which was reviewing leftover foods, like microwaved the next day. Thought that was a good idea.
That's pretty genius, man. Yeah.
That's kind of out of left field.
What's everybody got on their shirt? What do you have on your shirt, Rob?
Today I'm wearing a shirt from All Them Witches.
Oh, okay. I saw them. Stubs.
From I think they're from Nashville.
Yeah.
This is their tour shirt from fall of 2018. Yeah, I've been posting the daily metal shirts all over, but I haven't. Yesterday, I didn't. I was feeling terrible yesterday, and I haven't taken the picture yet. So yeah, this is the metal shirt of the day. All Them Witches.
TJ, you got Mammoth Grinder.
Mammoth Grinder. It's another local band from Austin that's on the national stage now, as they should be. It's the drummer of Powered Trip on vocals, and I got the Frozen Soul hat, of course. I never take it off.
love them. I got check this one out, Guillermo. I got Serial Hawk.
Oh fuck yeah!
We played with them at Lost Well.
That was cool. Yeah, I'm wearing I have a Crow Feeder.
Cool. That's a cool shirt.
We played. Remember, I wore that shirt when we played with Whores. And
you should.
Christian from Horrors called it out. He's like, "Look at this motherfucker, Crow Feeder." It's like, that was pretty cool.
That dude rules, and that band totally rules. That was awesome playing with them.
That was great. That was a good experience.
Oh, Brian asked a great question.
Yeah, well, I'll put it up here.
This is good for Guillermo.
Great Scott.
Great Scott. So me and Guillermo both lived in Boston, by the way. Great Scott is one of the great venues that unfortunately is not going to reopen after all this, and it's such a bummer because my old band Faces on the Floor played there countless times, and Brian was there for all of it.
Yeah, my old band played there too, man. It's a staple of the Boston music scene.
Yeah, what's everybody's favorite venue?
Oh man, this is tough.
I know mine.
What's yours, TJ?
Mine doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. But when I was 15 through 17 years old, I used to go to the Red Rum, which is here in Austin, and I used to go to all the extreme Texas metal shows. I think they're still around, Extreme Texas Metal, but I used to go see this band called Abythos a lot, which is a really awesome black metal band. I used to see Vex there. I used to see Vesperian Sorrow there. I used to see fucking this band called Azoth. It was the shit.
Vesperian Sorrow right here. I'm talking to I'm talking to their current singer on Thursday.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to see them when I was 15, and then like the guy on the radio here on 101X, or I think he's now in KLBJ for he does the metal show, Chuck Loesch. He used to go to all the shows too, and when I was 15, I was just starting my first band. And I was like, I'm gonna be on your show one day, and then fucking he played us last year for the first time, or this year,
and several times since.
Forebode. Yeah, several times. He played us on a fucking Pantera tribute night. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Sandwiched between Slayer and Pantera. I'm pretty good company on the radio.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that's my pick.
Guillermo? Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, go for it, man. My
Current favorite venue is a venue I took Brian to, and I took TJ to. It's the Rail Club in Fort Worth. That's just the coolest freaking venue. I don't know what it is. It's like a magical place for me. Every time I go there, I see guys like Scott Shelby and like Kenny King, Dimebag Darrell's original guitar tech, and I can pick his brain about how he plugged in rack effects and scratched picks and stuff, and meet all these awesome musicians that I respect, members from Rigor Mortis and Gamma Side and Hammer Witch and all these bands. And the venue is such a special place for me. It was like my first my escape when I first moved to Texas, and every time I go there, it's a good time. I've seen so many awesome bands there, so I have to say the Rail Club. And shout out to Carcass John too, because I always see Carcass John.
Oh yeah,
great artist, great man.
Absolutely, man's an angel. As far as favorite venue, man, I would say definitely the Lost Well here in Austin.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's always been one of my favorite bars ever since I moved here. And actually, when I visited Austin for the first time, I went to the Lost Well, and it felt like home because I was coming from Boston, where I lived for a while. And I used to work actually at my favorite venue up there, which is O'Brien's Pub, which is actually tied to Great Scott.
Yes.
But I used to work at O'Brien's, and they were one of the venues that would kind of let my beginner bands like play shows, and they'd let me book shows there, and they were always really open and really welcoming, as where some of the other venues were not. So I kind of made a family there. And when I went to the Lost Well, it felt exactly the same, man. Everyone was welcoming, everyone was very cool. The venue itself, like, they even, I think their gimmick is like, it looks like a scary bar, but you walk inside and it's like the friendliest place on earth.
Yeah. I think they say the friendliest bar you're too afraid to walk into.
Yeah. It's just like cheap drinks, loud music, the sound in there. I love the sound in there. It's brutally loud and awesome.
Yeah.
But I love the Lost Well. Yeah, that's my favorite venue / bar in all of Austin for sure.
The bathroom at the Lost Well is covered in Forebode stickers.
That's true.
And I tried to put some of my stickers next to all the Forebode stickers I could find.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hey, Rob, we got a new sticker, by the way. So when you go to the bathroom at the Lost Well, there's all the stickers in the toilet when you take a piss. So we made a sticker that says "Have a nice piss," and it's got a target on our face, so you can place it in a urinal, and you can target practice.
Nice.
Just some morbid humor that I thought of.
Yeah, but you to put that in there, you actually have to put your hand in the urinal.
Well, I didn't know COVID was coming, man. Fucking ruined my dreams, man. Ruined my.
Is that transferred? Is that transferred by urine?
I hope so.
To find out, yeah.
I don't want to find out. Yeah.
So Zach, what venues do you really like?
Well,
anywhere.
I'm sure it's been said. Lost Well has been great to us. Another couple places would be Come and Take It Live, and I gotta say, I think my favorite sounding venue was at the Mohawk on the inside stage. I just felt like when I look back at that show, I felt like everything went the way it was supposed to go, and I could hear everything. And we played a killer set, so it just sits in my memories as just like a one of the best places, and I've been to a few good shows there too. It's kind
So
of
many good ones. Yeah.
I feel like we're lucky to have gotten in there, and hopefully we'll keep playing shows there. But yeah, Lost Well, Come and Take It, and probably the Mohawk.
Yeah.
Coming has been great for us too.
We've had some big shows that Come and Take It.
The biggest ones, pretty much, man. It's been real nice.
Yeah. And then I've sounds like the Far Out Lounge is probably gonna be tight. When that comes around.
I gotta give a shout out to Faust Tavern too. By the way, that was the last place we played. Which
that was you played, wasn't it? Faust Tavern, huh?
Yeah.
Oh
we
man.
played with my friend's band from San Antonio called Lower Depths, and they had another show that night with Judiciary, and they agreed to play later on that night with us. Basically, they played twice in one night, and we put up a flyer basically saying it's the after party, and like fucking mad people showed up, and that venue is like the size.
TJ, give me a rundown of what the venue's actually like.
Dude, that place rules.
Give them the
We
full
wrecked that place.
It's like the size of a studio apartment. So like, there's a bar, and then there's a floor and a bathroom. There's no stage. We just set up on the floor, and there was probably a capacity inside of about 130 people. I don't even know, but it was full inside while we were playing. I had people this close to my face, and there was people outside who couldn't get in because it was too packed inside. They just left the door open to listen.
And there was like 200 people inside, and like 400 people outside, and there's space for like 75.
It was free. It was a free show.
Not even, man. The inside is like 30 people.
Oh man.
We started off just with that first note, just wiped them out with just a wall of noise. Just
that was crazy. We
didn't turn down at all. That was fun.
No.
Shout out to Lloyd for that show. That was fun.
Yeah, Low Smoke from San Antonio.
Oh, Brian said he's got his Lost Well koozie, and he's got his own shout out to Carcass John. That's cool.
Sweet.
Love it. Yeah, Faust Tavern. I would love to do that again. Damn.
Your favorite venue?
That's in San Antonio, you said?
Yeah, the San Antonio people are crazy. That's what makes that venue crazy.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know what it is about San Antonio, but
man, we did our
good
EP release. We did our EP release. We did a 3-run thing where we played in Houston first. It was a weekend. We did Houston first, then San Antonio the next day, and then Austin. And San Antonio, with our friends Crusher from Houston. And I was personally worried about the show in San Antonio because that was our first time playing there. We had played Houston before. We play Austin all the time. But we played at like midnight, and it was a free show, and there was like 60 people there. Like San Antonio just shows
going hard though. Everybody was going hard.
It was wild.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I love San Antonio. That last time we played, we were selling merch until like 4 a.m.
Nice.
The venue closed, and there was still like a merch line.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Just good people, man. That was awesome.
Rob, you do a metal travel show, so what's the favorite venue you've been to?
Geez, that's
might be a hard one.
Loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm looking at it from the perspective of someone in the audience more so. I mean, I've been in bands, but it's been a very long time since I was in a band.
Is just as important, man.
Yeah. I do like Come and Take It when it's not a huge crowd, because the layout is kind of strange, and if there's too many people, I'm 5'8", I'm not tall, so it's hard for me to see over some people, and it's like a flat. I had a bad experience at the Obituary show.
Really?
Basically. Yeah, but I mean, I do like the venue. Like the sound is good, and the lights they're good.
Yeah, shout out to the sound guy, Juice.
Juice.
I do like the Lost Well, as you said. It does look like a scary bar, but I've seen some great bands there. You're just talking about Austin venues. I mean, in Houston, White Oak Music Hall is excellent. I mean, they built it just to be a music venue or music venues. There's multiple venues there. So, and they were all people. They were people that were in music promotion for years and years before that. So they knew exactly what they wanted to do when they built it. And yeah, that place is great. I can get a little.
I was going to say, actually, I had never been there until when we were there for Foam Hinge. I left a little early because I wanted to go check out Creeping Death and Devil Master. So I went and Chelsea. Well, actually, the funny story, the same day we were there, the guy who mixed our album,
Alec,
he does sound for Chelsea Wolf. Or lights? Is it sound or lights? I can't remember.
He's the touring sound man. Yeah.
Yeah. But they were actually playing White Oak Music Hall downstairs, and I didn't know that till I got there. So I messaged him to see if he was there, and that's where I got to meet him for the first time. I know Guillermo knows him. I don't think Eddie or Zach has met him before, but I was going downstairs and upstairs watching both. And then there's a big ass fucking stage outside too, which is awesome. That place rules.
I'm supposed to see. Well, it's Deftones, Gojira, and Poppy.
Oh, right.
I do not like Deftones at all. But
oh man,
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't either, Rob. I know that these guys are into it. But
I saw them. I saw them in their heyday back in like '99, 2000, at a couple of Ozfests, and every one I saw them at, I was just bored. So I can't imagine 20 years later that they've gotten less boring to me. You know,
a little bit.
But I mean, that's just my own personal opinion. I'm excited to see Poppy. I know she can be. Some people hate her because they think she's phony or a poser or something. I don't give a fuck. She seems interesting to me, and I love Gojira. I fucking love
they
Gojira.
rule. They're one of the best live metal bands right now.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
I didn't heard Gojira until we did maybe we want to tell Rob about every time we play like a show in another city, each one of us will play like an album for each other, something that we haven't heard before. And that was one of the ones that Zach played actually the first time we went away, was a Gojira album. It was great. But,
yeah, it's been a cool way to get to know the other guys is something that they think that maybe not everybody in the car has heard.
Yeah, give a little backstory, what it means to us, and then
I like how here, Keith. I hate Deftones, and Tim, not a fan of Deftones either. Gojira rules.
Yeah, they know.
So okay, I'm not alone here.
Tim, you disappoint me.
Tim can do no wrong.
Deftones are great.
They're a popular band, you know.
I mean,
so
I really only like the self-titled and White Pony. Honestly, but
I like what was the one with Minerva on it? I like that album too, but that's about it.
I think that was the self-titled one.
That's self-titled. Yeah, then there we go. Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, he's like sorry.
And Keith is defending himself. I mean,
Tim,
they couldn't keep up with Mastodon and Alice in Chains, which makes sense.
I don't know. I saw Alice in Chains with their current singer, and it's just odd to me.
It's different, but if you can go in realizing that Jerry is just not of this world, then you can really appreciate it. Also,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, we can't bring back Lane, so I like the way that they did it.
I saw them. There was a Houston open air a few years ago that it failed because the weather just destroyed it. But I got to see them on that, and I really like going to like Wacken open air and going to Full Terror Assault open air. It made me really wish that there was something like that in Texas, you know?
Yeah.
Like an outdoor festival where people camped out and there was just tons of stages, you know, several stages with metal bands going.
I think that's what they used to, like Levitation used to be like that.
Yeah. I was going to say Levitation, didn't they try to be like that? And then got rained out, but then it didn't end up.
Yeah, it's too hard to do that. In Texas, it can be too hot or it can be too unpredictable.
Yeah.
Hard. Illinois is a good place to do it in the summer because, I mean, it gets hot, but it's like predictable. Like, you know what it's going to be.
I went to one in Illinois for my graduation.
Well, that's why the Full Terror Assault is in September.
Right. It's perfect.
You know? Yeah, because when I went last year, the weather was nice. The sun was out, so I mean, you still have to protect yourself from the sun.
Yeah.
but I wasn't like sweating balls by having a long sleeve on. You know, I could wear my cool death metal long sleeve shirts and not be
Fuck
sweating
yeah,
too bad.
Four-sided prints, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I got a few of those. I haven't taken many pictures of those, but I have them.
You can send them to me. I'll post them on my Instagram I just made.
Well, if you just made an Instagram, you got to follow the Most Epic Adventures, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and you guys aren't on Twitter, are you?
Not yet.
Yeah, I couldn't find you on Twitter. I was going to tag you guys on Twitter. I couldn't find you.
I made it. I repurposed my old Twitter for Forebode, and then I realized how many stupid ass tweets were on there from like me trying alcohol for the first time and being an idiot when I was 21 and shit. So I changed. I took it off of there, but yeah, maybe we'll be on Twitter. I never really found the appeal of Twitter, to be honest. I don't know about everybody else, but
Yeah, I hear you, TJ. I never got into Twitter for some reason. I don't know why.
It's fine. And here's that somebody asked what the that's the Instagram.
Adventures. Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, and what's your T-shirt? Is it T-shirt Tommy, TJ?
Oh no, I just
That's
started.
not right. It's not Most Epic Shirt. You said shirt, and I typed in shirt. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna have to make a Twitter account with that name now.
The Most Epic Shirt Adventures.
That's a good idea.
I started an Instagram page that's just a post a day of different merch items that I have. It's called Merch Dungeon.
Merch Dungeon.
It's a tease page. You can't buy any of it.
I almost did it again.
Yeah.
I almost put.
Tease.
Oh no! I still fucked it up. I'm not feeling well, guys. I'm typing in.
He's got the COVID.
Man, I'll be honest with
Maybe.
you, Rob. I had a headache all fucking day. I just before this, I put fucking a bag of frozen peas on my head, and actually, I don't know if you can tell now, but no, you can't anymore.
Don't call you a pea head like
I had little red dots all over my fucking head from putting a bag of peas on my head.
You're a pea head, dude.
I'm a pea head.
Just like the sticker, P
Got
head.
Bruce Lee's on your
Yeah,
head.
bro.
So are you guys feeling okay?
No,
No.
I'm feeling good.
I feel great.
Good.
no, man.
So me and TJ we've got the COVID, maybe.
You all got
I think I've had it more than once.
Really?
I don't know. I have bad anxiety. Like I just trip myself out into thinking I have it sometimes. Like I feel like I have a fever and shit, and it fucking sucks, man. But
My dad legit had it. Like he tested positive for it. It was
my grandmother too. My grandmother just recovered from it.
She's good.
Wow.
She's in New York. Yeah,
no shit.
she's good now. Yeah, but
Good.
she had it for a while.
Did your grandmother or
Wow.
your dad have to go to the hospital?
No, my dad didn't. He just waited it out, but he's okay now.
He quarantined himself and waited it out.
Hmm.
My grandmother's up there, so she lives in a nursing home. So they sent her to the hospital.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, she recovered from it, man. She's strong as hell. Like,
Good.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
It's real.
yeah.
Well, that sucks that they got sick, but I'm glad that they're both doing better.
Yeah.
I know for older people it's been really difficult. So
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Well, and it sucks too that it seems. I'm not even gonna get into it. It just sucks too that everybody seems to be so selfish and like wanting to go outside and do their own thing and
yeah,
and disregarding people like that, because you have no idea. You may not see an old person, but you could infect someone without not even having symptoms, and that person could infect someone else. And it's just
Yeah.
that's what I hate about all this, and it's fuel for the lyrics. So
Did you hear about the Family Dollar security guard in Kentucky that told a couple they couldn't come in without wearing a mask, and so they shot and killed him?
Dude, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Was it yesterday or today? But yeah, that's insane. Just put your mask on, get shot.
yeah.
It's a crazy time we're living. So do you guys got any cool masks? I know like all these like record labels and like Nightwish merch are all selling like these crazy like pig destroyer masks and shit like that.
Man,
Nah,
we
man.
should have
Yeah.
some.
There you go.
Zach's got his.
Well, I have a personal masks. Mine have little chili peppers on them.
This is the mask that my mama made.
Nice.
So,
Yo,
But
that's
it's
the
not-
plug, bro. That's the
We got
plug.
that.
Oh, she's selling them. She got a marketplace.
she's
Alright.
slanging them. Yeah,
My aunt Rika
You
selling
know.
them.
it's nice and pink, just to, embarrass me.
No, there's nothing
But I
wrong
love
with
her.
that.
Shout out to my mom.
Yo, on the subject of COVID, I just want to address a comment in the chat real quick. Keith said, "How do you want the Premier League season to end? Because the soccer season, well, all sports ended early.
Oh yeah.
I'll answer that by saying I just wanted it to end because we've been trashed this season, and Liverpool was running away with it, and they should be awarded champions. I think it's hilarious that they haven't won the Premier League in 26 years, and when they were about to, COVID happened, so they didn't really get to celebrate. I think that's
Right.
hilarious, but
Well, it's not 26 years. They've Liverpool's never ever won the top flight championship. Like,
not
ever.
in the Premier League. The Premier League started in 1991 or 2, I want to say.
But did they win it before
They have, yeah.
Premier League?
Well, they also beat my team in the Champions League final last year, which I
Well, I know they've won
I
a
wanna
few.
talk
They've won a
about
few
that.
Champions League finals.
at my expense for one of them. But that's how I'll answer that question. I wanted it to end. I'm glad it's over, but I also can't wait for it to come back. I think that's how everyone feels about everything that they enjoyed before this. I really enjoyed going to Guillermo's house recently and watching UFC and going to Eddie's and listening to records. And Zach, we need to hang out more, man. Where you been, bro? Over there at the music lab.
He's
But
busted. Yep.
we played Red Dead Redemption a couple times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Quarantine.
Yeah, and going to our favorite spots too. There's so many cool spots. We're in that. Everybody's like,
He's
"Oh,
back on Saturday, man.
what's that?
UFC is back on Saturday.
They're doing it."
No way.
They're doing it, yeah.
Where are they doing it from? Because I know like Dana White floated the idea of having like a fight island.
Fight Island, that's still happening. That's
I thought Disney was like, no, this is not going to happen because Disney owns ESPN and ESPN has the broadcast rights.
that's what they did for. So they had one that they were going to try to hold on May 9th, I think it was, and that one got shut down. But the one for this, May 9th is this weekend.
Yeah.
April 18th was the one that got shut down. And May 9th is happening in Jacksonville, Florida. You got everything's all good to go, and it's going to happen apparently. So that'll be interesting.
Is that the Khabib fight or is it a different one?
Well, Khabib can't fight because he ended up flying back to Russia, so he can't get out of the country. But everyone else that was on that card, and then people that were in cards that were supposed to like go down and got shut down, those are all being put into the same card. It's gonna be just a ridiculous fight card on.
So I guess are they fighting in front
Hopefully,
of no fans?
yeah, I think it's going to be like I know they did one card in Brazil right when it all first started.
Mm-hmm.
That was no fans, staff only, and like corner people. So yeah, that's how they're going to do it. Just no fans again. Should be interesting.
I mean, they're probably going to have a huge audience because people are just dying to see live sports again.
Oh yeah,
Literally.
they're hype over it. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm tuning in. I know that.
I've been watching The Last Dance, the Bulls special. It's like a 10-part docuseries. It's absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend it if you guys are mildly interested in sports at all.
I just said, "Oh, here we go," because I know I've been seeing Keith post a bunch of pictures with the Bulls players from back then and shit. So
it's so cool, man.
You about to see that comment section blow up. Here we go.
Yeah, it's good. Man. It's a good series.
I respect the Bulls, man.
There we go.
I'm a lifelong Knicks fan though, so I'm used to being tortured. But
sure. Yeah, they go into the Knicks. They talk about it in the most recent episode. But they
94
for 6 games.
What are they gonna say about the Knicks? That we're trash. We always will be.
No,
trash.
they're just talking about New York in general, like being like kind of the basketball mecca. You know how much it meant to them to like come to New York, and like how big of a deal it was for Jordan and where the Air Jordan at Madison Square Garden and do stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
See, for me, I'm a lifelong Rockets fan. So we got to win the championships whenever Jordan was playing baseball. So
I used to like
Keith met drunk Rodman in 2012. He said.
Yeah.
And Brian
What'd you
said
say,
check
Guillermo?
out the ratings. I wonder what the ratings are. What are the ratings like?
I've always
thing.
been a Rockets fan because of Olajuwon.
Oh hell yeah, Hakeem the Dream, bro.
Legend.
Team the dream. Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
one of the
born and
best
raised in Houston. I love all the Houston teams. Though the Texans I don't really love, but that's it's another story. But so yeah, so you grew up? Did you grow up in Austin, TJ?
I did. I was born and raised, man. My whole family is from Houston. I was the first one born here, so
Okay, because I was going to ask most people I know that are from Austin are big Spurs fans.
I definitely like the Spurs because for me the Spurs were, or I mean they aren't anymore, but they're a championship team. Like they've won so many championships, but they're like such a like they don't have the hype of all the other teams, like all the other teams are really hyped up and everything and it's all superstars, but I feel like San Antonio just had this grassroots program that like was really awesome, and Popovich is awesome. I will root against them every time they play us, but secretly don't tell my friends. I'll root for the Spurs every now and then. So
all right, that's fair. I won't.
I mean, it's either that or Dallas. Like fucking Dallas Mavericks are garbage.
Yeah,
yeah. I won't root for Dallas anything.
I
try not to go up there if I can help it, but I had to go up there for that Evil Beat show.
Evil Beat was sick.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I should have slept in and missed some of the earlier bands and got there for the later bands because like some of the bands that started were not.
Oh, man, it was not my thing. Man.
Yeah, that's to put it nicely. Yeah,
I'm trying to be respectful, but yeah, it was not my. It's not what I expected. I was hoping to be like more surprised in like the sort of thrash world realm, but Power Trip said it. Riley said it on stage during the Power Trip set. He said, the reason why it was such a diverse lineup is because we believe in the diversity of this, scene, and these people need a stage to show what we're capable of or whatever, and to keep it.
Dallas is all about that.
I think that part of it, like I like that sentiment, but I could pass on a lot of those bands.
Yeah.
They weren't even very good at what they did.
No,
so,
no.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of like, it wasn't. It was like trying to be
who was
value,
it?
but it wasn't tasteful. Well, I'll talk.
I wasn't there.
Later, TJ.
Yeah.
It's not cool to trash talk.
But yeah, they just weren't good like either. So like if you're doing that and you're doing it well, that's one thing. But if you're doing that and it's just, I don't know. But whatever. They were trying to be cool, and
Violence was cool. Razor was cool. Razor blew me away. That was the band that I was like, they're from Canada, Calgary, I think.
Yeah, I mean I'm familiar with them, but they're one of those old bands, one of those old thrash bands.
They were so tight. Like
I've never listened to them before.
Tight. So good. Highly recommend Razor.
Nice. I didn't see any merchandise from them. There was like you were saying, like the merchandise was pretty slim for a lot of the bands.
Yeah, it was like a lot of Power Trip, a lot of Carcass, and not a lot much else.
Yeah. Did I even buy any? I don't even know if I don't know.
My buddy Eddie got me a Carcass pin. That was really cool of him. Shout out to Eddie.
Very nice.
Eddie.
Right on.
Eddie Money, rest in peace.
So TJ, you weren't there because you were in Thailand.
Yeah, man.
What were you doing in Thailand? Were you learning to be a Muay Thai fighter, or?
Actually, yeah. I just started my career recently, and no, I'm kidding. Where's the applause from the audience? No, my girlfriend is half Thai, and her grandma lives there. Her family lives there. She's been there probably 4 or 5 times without me. So we went in the very beginning of January and got out just in fucking time, bro. I was in Hong Kong on January 17th, right as the virus was starting to pick up there, and I got back just in time. It was fucking wild. And then we had a show the next day after I got back, and I was pretty jet lagged. But it was an awesome show that Guillermo put together. Fucking with Karate Steve from Boston, friends of Guillermo's. They flew here. They flew to Austin just to play with us, and then flew back. Like, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
We also went and saw some shows with them too while they were in town, though.
Went to Lucifer, and then we went to the brewery to go check out Montaluna,
Destroyer of Light,
and Communion. Yeah,
that's a good bill.
Yep. Great bill. But yeah, Karate. Shout out to Karate Steve. Highly, highly underrated band, and I will say it openly. I don't think they do a good job of promoting themselves, but their music is top notch.
Carcass John just did some art for them, and it's sick.
Yeah, it's bad.
They just posted it on their page. Karate Steve,
kind of like Pirate Steve.
Hell yeah, man.
I guess so.
My girlfriend's sister actually dated that dude.
No way.
Fun fact.
Was he also Milton?
Yeah, that's Alan Tudyk.
The other guy.
Alan Tudyk. Yeah. So your girlfriend's sister dated Alan Tudyk?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
That was one of the first things I learned about her when we met.
Did you say he was a dick or what?
I don't know, man. He probably wasn't. He was probably cool. Everything I've seen him in was pretty cool. Like that one movie, Firefly.
Yeah.
He got fucking impaled and he died. Mm-hmm. That shit was tight. So.
Guillermo's the band movie buff, though. He knows what's up.
I was gonna say, Guillermo, tell everybody where you're from, because you're the only one that hasn't said.
Yeah.
And lead into the movies, man, because my man knows all the shit about movies.
Well, let's see. I was born in Costa Rica, and then went to New York when I was 7 or 8, in between, and then grew up in New York. After that, spent some time in Florida and spent some time in Boston before I moved to Austin. So that's where, that's where most of my network hangs out, is between those areas.
We're in Florida.
Sorry, go ahead.
Middle of nowhere, Florida, man. Fort Myers.
Okay.
A suburb of Fort Myers, Lehigh Acres, established in 1952, I think.
Okay.
What's the address?
Like one of those
1366 Apple Bottom Road or something like that.
Apple Bottom Road.
Fucking yeah.
Pretty close to
Apple Bottom jeans, boots with the fur, bro.
Yeah. That song played nonstop while I was down there. I wanted to kill
him. No.
Yeah. Just terrible.
Rob, I think that kind of like, that's what I was kind of going for when you were asking like why the music like is being played all over. I think some of it has to do with where we were rooted before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a big community of good people in Boston and in Chicago, myself, and then Guillermo with all the places he's lived. Zach, California, and TJ holding down the fort.
Yeah, I was in a lot of unsuccessful bands here in Austin before, so I'll say this candidly, I'm the fucking biggest fan of these three guys, and seeing how many of their friends and family care about us is fucking cool. I'm just trying to get some of my friends to a show at some point.
So we talked about when you guys like got together, but how did you guys get together?
Funny story, man. Me and Guillermo worked together, but I hadn't been, and Guillermo, you can tell your version of it too for sure. I hadn't been playing in bands for 7 years, and I had wanted to for so long. And then my company hired this guy named Guillermo, and they assigned me to train him on the phones because we were working tech support together at the time. So I started training him, and I think maybe the second day of training, I went to go see Mayhem at Mohawk. And then after that, I can't remember if it was that show or not, but I did end up going to Sidewinder, which is down the street, and rest in peace, they closed. Yeah. But I ended up running into Guillermo at that show just randomly, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And we talked, and he was like, yeah, man, I've been going to a couple shows since I moved here and shit, and just happened to be here. And I was like, well, fuck yeah. And then I think really that was kind of the you know, us seeing each other at that show sparked us talking about a lot of bands, and it just grew into something horrifying that we all know today, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just linking up at work and then at that show. Yeah, that's a good reference point. That's kind of where we like found out that we had a mutual interest in music, and then also in making like a similar type of music. And that's I think originally TJ and I wanted to start a shoegaze band, or like a heavy shoegaze band.
I'm really into Yesu, which is the side project of Justin Broderick from Godflesh, and I was like, I had just heard it at the time I met Guillermo, and we were talking about that. And I have a buddy, Ryan. He was our original drummer. I'd been talking to him about doing a band like Typo Negative for probably 10 years, and he was our original drummer. And then we met Jack, our original guitar player, just through Craigslist. Yeah, and then we ended up just kind of feeding off of whatever the fuck everybody had ideas for. Like, it went from being like, yo, let's do this, and then it just was its own thing. And that's what it's been the whole time, even since Eddie and Zach joined, which we also met through Craigslist, but Eddie has a funnier story of how he met him.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Because I moved to Austin in 2014, and that was the first time I hadn't been in a band in my life, as far back as I can remember. You know, I've been kind of going hard with the music thing for a long time, and I got a little burnt out from it, honestly, from the shows and everything. And I was kind of taking a break and intentionally not really looking for anything, but waiting for something to kind of feel right. And I just started getting the itch right about the time I met TJ and Guillermo. We were at a Conan show at the Lost Well, and Guillermo was wearing an I Hate God shirt, a cool one. And so I complimented it, and we started a conversation, the three of us, and they told me they were in this band called Forebode, and they're going to play at this 420 show or whatever at, what was the venue supposed to be?
I think was it Sidewinder, TJ, or
was it
at this?
Was that one of those venues on Red River?
I think it may have been Beerland, actually, for that one.
Damon was there too, the guy who promoted the show, and he was talking about you guys, and I was like, oh, cool, I'd never heard of you. I'm excited. And they're like, oh, it's our first show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. And, you know, if it's in line with, you know, I was just really getting into the New Orleans, not just getting into it, but I was at peak interest probably for, like, you know, I Hate God and Crowbar and all that stuff. So it was cool that they were kind of into the same thing. And so I put it in my calendar, like, ready for it. And then, like, after we friended each other on Facebook and had a fun time at the show together, I saw one of the two of you guys post up, like, a Craigslist ad on Facebook looking for a guitarist. And I was like,
yeah,
it's that same band that I'm supposed to go see.
Eddie, I remember I think you hit me up about that. And it was like a weird occurrence because you hit me up about it. And then, like, literally 30 minutes before that, TJ and I were at work talking about what the hell are we going to do? You know, like, we have this show coming up, like, and then literally 30 minutes later, I get this message from Eddie. And then, like, maybe an hour and a half after that, I get the first email from Zach about, like, a drummer. It was just
really,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was just like a strange day, but
yeah, I was pretty excited when I heard they sent a rehearsal video of, like, songs that they were working on and stuff, and there was a few different versions of a couple of the songs. So I think Zach and I probably did a similar thing where we just kind of, like, rounded out the majority of it and tried to, like, get it down. And when we showed up, we just blasted through the songs, like, one shot. I met Zach actually in the parking lot before you guys got there. Me and Zach were talking a little bit. He pulls up with no shirt on in his pickup truck. I'm like, who's this guy?
It was perfect, man, because we when we lost our first drummer, Ryan, and it was a bummer because he had just had a kid, so he couldn't really practice anymore, and, like, that was me and his dream, like, a long time ago, and then didn't end up working out. So it was a huge bummer for me, and it was a bummer for me and Guillermo too, just because we clicked so well. But, you know, we tried out my friend Landon, and he had just started playing drums again for the first time, and it was going well. But, you know, we had to teach him the songs, and then Landon and Jack they just couldn't get along very well, and it all kind of fell apart. But it was like us trying to teach other people, and then Eddie and Zach came in, and like I had low expectations based off of what we had done before. Like, I'll be honest, because it was just hard to teach them our songs. And then they just came in and fucking crushed it the first time through. I vividly remember me and Guillermo making eye contact multiple times, just like, oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
And then we fucking wrote a song that same day. So,
Yep. It was perfect, man. It was awesome.
It felt real good for me too, because that was like it was like 3 years since I've been in a band at that point, and
yeah,
it was like shaking cobwebs off, and it felt good. I got a new spark of like excitement and creativity.
Right on. And so Zach, I know you guys are in the music capital, right? I mean, drummers are a hot commodity. You could pick so many different bands. What made you decide that you wanted to join up with these guys?
Well, like I said, there was just like a seed planted from my hometown where they were playing doom and sludge, and I had never really tapped into it, and so it seemed like it was popular here. And I remember responding to the ad, and it said stoner doom. I was like, all right, perfect, that sounds cool. I emailed Guillermo, and he sent me 3 videos, and the videos looked like kind of high quality. Like, they had a filter. It looked like it was, good resolution. And the song was killer. The first song I listened to was Firebrand, one of our best songs. And I remember thinking, like, whoa, what's wrong with what they've got? This looks great. I wanted to go see you guys, but the ad was for a drummer, so I started learning it. And I felt ready to go at that first audition. I liked the music, and so that's what made me, feel motivated to just go for it.
Do you want to plug any of your other bands? Because
are you in like 10 other bands?
Yeah. There's an unlimited list of bands that I have been a part of, but and you're definitely right. Austin's just it's just a meat house, it just grinds through. And I'm playing country, I'm playing hard rock, a couple other metal bands, a couple other country bands. Obviously not right now. What's cool though is with Forebode is during the pandemic thing, we're in the most contact, compared to these other groups that I'm in. I'm pretty much talking to these guys every other day, and we do group chats, and it seems like we're still active, at least that's what it feels like. So
right. So you feel like,
cool.
Like you're a member of Forebode, and those other bands, you're just kind of maybe a hired gun in a way.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, yeah. But Forebode's solid. I'm feeling really good about what we've got going on, and I just hope that we can get back, on our plan for like a full length and some of these shows that we had lined up, and hopefully we can just replace them with shows in the future.
Yeah, we play a lot, man. Fucking the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Just knocking them out, man. I think
some milestone shows too, like some badass ones.
And consistency, like 2-3 shows a month, good shows, and feels like in a year we've done a lot, like 5 years worth of work.
Oh man, last year was insane.
Have you guys gotten any label sniffs that you can talk about anyway?
Not that we can talk about, probably.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
We would like the opportunity to do a formal showcase. I think something where we could really do something official.
We were really looking forward to Spider Ball. As far as that goes, because Ripple Music and I'm sorry, I forget the other one. It's Small Stone. Yeah. Fucking, we wanted to impress. We planned different sets for both shows. We wanted to be different at both shows, bring high energy, but different performances, and really sucks, dude. It crushed me for a good while.
Yeah.
So
We worked really hard on the set and the merch and the presentation of the band and everything. We were ready to take like a big level up. That was like our big jump. Like San Antonio like fueled this like, all right, next punch is going to be a big punch.
Yeah.
And we
That
didn't get
last
to take
show.
the swing.
I mean, it sucks that the shows got canceled, but the last show that we ended on,
Yeah.
it's like that's how you ended on a good note. You know, the last show we played was so killer.
Yeah, it was
That's
bad.
a positive.
Hey, Jasmine.
What's up, Jasmine? Jasmine from Tarantula Mountain. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think they played their last show not too long ago.
yeah, they had their last show scheduled, and then COVID happened. So I think they had to do a live.
Oh, so we got to have another last show then.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Shout out to Tarantula. I think their drummer moved away. I think that's part of the reason. But I just recently delivered some merch to her doorstep because I found she lives like down the street, so that was perfect.
They're good people.
All right.
Good people.
Yeah, very good people.
Tim said a nice thing. Don't worry, guys. You're the real deal. It'll come.
Love you, Tim.
He's the best.
Very, very nice. Just keep at it. I mean, you can't control things you can't control.
Yeah.
You can only control the things you can. So
For sure.
don't worry too much about it. When that opportunity comes, it'll come. And you just have to remember everybody's in the same boat right now. So
Yeah.
and I know the labels are looking for new bands. They're always looking for new bands, and nobody's out signing anybody right now because there's nobody playing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they'll be hungry to look for bands when that time comes, and doing stuff like this, getting your name out there, hopefully helps. That's why
Yes,
I
thank
do
you,
it.
Rob. Yeah.
That's why I do it.
I'm hoping that there's a bit of a renaissance after this, and we're going to get a lot of great music from a lot of bands.
Yeah.
Like with TJ's mindset, taking this and making something from it. I know.
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna definitely have something to say.
That's what pretty much most of the people I've been talking to have all said that they've been working on stuff, and during this time, they've been using this time to be creative. So I think there's going to be some real interesting things come out of this for sure.
Yep. A lot of guys leaving their current bands because they want to play in their solo synth goth thing that they discovered during
the fucking dungeon
There's
synth.
going to be some of that too. It's like, guys, I'm quitting the band. I'm starting a solo goth synth.
Keith said Bandcamp Fridays.
What does that mean?
Oh, I think
Hope
he
they
might be
keep doing
referring
that.
to the Bandcamp is not taking the whatever their percentages that they normally take from merch or whatever they do. They're giving it all to bands on particular days that tend to be on Fridays.
Yeah, they did one
Thank you.
last Friday. Hopefully, yeah, like you said, hopefully they keep doing it again. That's been really nice.
We should mention that a few of our friends' bands did put out music during this. And
Yes.
I know that actually Thunder Keith, they put out theirs on Friday, right?
Yep, Thunder
Or-
came out amazing, crushing.
And they recorded on little speakers. Did you hear about that?
No,
Oh, you're gonna have to talk to Johnny and Dusty and stuff.
I'll hit Johnny
They were
up,
telling me
yeah.
it was awesome. He was telling me all about it. Shout out to Johnny too. He's fixing up my guitar, boys. I'm excited.
sweet, hell yeah. Johnny's
So
the
yeah, Thunder Keith, they put out their album just a few days ago, and Dining with Dogs put out their debut?
I think it comes out in a week or so, but they have the pre-orders up.
Pre-orders are up.
They're doing a
Right.
clear vinyl. I had to get it. I'm very fresh and new to vinyl, but I'm
That's
fucking
sick.
addicted to it.
Love the guys in Dining with Dogs.
Yeah.
And then we got the band Acid Roulette put out their album just temporarily for 2 days, which was kind of cool. We were going to play with them at Stoner Jam.
Yeah. Abject Terror put out their EP.
Abject Terror. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the local Austin doom scene.
Yeah.
We should all be sharing. We gotta share more about what's going on, I think. So we can
Well, so-
cross-pollinate.
So I meant to talk about this with my friend from Iceland the other day, but I forgot. But what do you guys make of that whole, what was it, the SMOD? Do you know what I'm
band
talking
Smog?
about? No.
Stone
It was a
Meadow of
guy. It was a guy.
Stone Meadow of Doom.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
You
Yeah.
can cover that, TJ, if you want.
All I'll say about it is because I don't want to get too much into it. I think it's really shameful the way that he's been acting.
Mhm.
And as soon as that all came out, I think we all collectively messaged each other about taking because we actually had our EP on his channel,
Mhm.
on his Smod 2 channel. We weren't good enough for the first channel, so, but he he removed pretty much all of his second channel, so he removed our shit. And I think probably the point I'll say is that I'm just glad we didn't have to deal with them, and I am sorry for other bands that had trouble with him because they wanted their shit taken down because he was being racist and shit. Like, it's inexcusable. But we immediately hit up Rob Hammer and 666 Mr. Doom and sent them our stuff, and they put it up, and we're very happy about that too. So
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, those channels have been really good to us. Tim has an important thing that he wrote. Dining with Dogs, they're doing the Lost Well live stream for their album release this week.
Oh yeah, is that
Oh, yeah.
Good. That would be something to check out.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be cool.
May 17th on Sunday.
Yeah, Lost Well is doing a lot of cool streams during this time. I forget what they call it. The
Come and track
Rock for
live.
Rent.
Oh, Rock for Rent.
Yeah, Rock for Rent. Yeah, they've been doing a series of those with sometimes two or three a week around the weekend. So that's been really cool. Something to,
Ridge Farmers did a sick one.
yeah, and the Bridge Farmers one sounded great too. Like, yeah, they got it down. So that's definitely good content coming out, and it's always good to support the Lost Well too.
I think it might be Dining with Dogs' first show back. I don't want to misquote it, but they were supposed to play our EP release show in Austin, and their drummer, a good friend of ours, had a brain aneurysm, and he's been out for a while. But they're all back now.
Yeah,
so.
he's killing it now, man. He looks like he's doing good.
Yeah, he looks great. So.
Can't wait to check out their live stream. That'll be sick.
Josh Paul.
True Gamer Squad asked us a question. Or no, is that asking you a question, Rob?
Yeah, he wants to know where you buy your subs from.
Talking about sub sandwiches or subwoofers?
I don't know. Won't you answer both?
Submarines. I guess the most recent place I got a sub from was Jersey Mike's. But that's not really a shout out to. I mean, it was fine. It was just a meatball. I also only have one small subwoofer. And I think I got it
Worshiper?
at Office Depot. Well,
we
get
got
the
a sub
Worshiper
from
cabs.
Worshiper.
Yeah.
Worshiper
cabs for like, the guitar speakers. Yeah.
Yeah. We all need Worshiper gear.
I think he might be talking about buying subscribers.
Oh, buy subscribers.
Yeah, which we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't fuck with that.
Oh, no.
That was something I would have done in the MySpace days in my first band, but I buy my subs. Yeah,
that's a shady question.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, we don't do that shit, man.
Sub sandwiches. That would have been more appropriate, I think, for this.
I fuck with Firehouse subs. So
Thundercloud.
Yeah.
Thundercloud's good. I just found out they had a sandwich called the Popper, which is it's not a chicken. It's a vegetarian sub with cream cheese and jalapenos, like a jalapeno popper, and it fucking kicks ass.
That sounds good. Zach's got to have one.
Subs.
Sub sandwich.
I've been going to Sprouts Deli.
Sprouts.
450. Yeah, they got a salt. I had one today, right before this.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We already knew that.
Chicken salad, vegetables. I always get pepper jack cheese. It's like $4. It's a good deal.
Nice.
Guillermo, you get subs?
That's true. That's very true, Zach.
Subs. I don't really do subs lately, man. My favorite sandwich in town, being a vegan and having any excuse to go to this place, is the roasted beet sandwich from Yellow Jacket. And they just started doing online orders, so you can put in an order and pick up a sandwich and a margarita. So
fuck yeah,
wow.
dude.
Recommend it. Yeah.
Roasted beet. We're
Roasted
growing beets in our garden right now. The girls are.
Man,
Make our own roasted
Rob,
beets.
I can go all night, but you guys can't see. I've literally been holding my downstairs from leaking, so I need to use the restroom real quick. If you could put me on the backstage.
Yeah, I can remove you. Boom.
He's
I
leaking.
actually need to do the same thing, Rob.
Okay.
Oh man, what?
Sorry.
And then there were two. Well, I guess I mean.
What's up,
it
Eddie?
was Brian Rose wrote, "Bridge farmers are so damn heavy and great. Would buy a sandwich over a subscriber any day." I second that, Brian. Bridge
Yeah, so
Farmers is my favorite local band in Austin, Texas.
this True Gamer Squad said his account got hacked and then started subscribing to random YouTubers. I don't know how to get out, so if you can give me advice. I can't give you advice, dude. Just unsubscribe to those people, man. I don't know. Just don't unsubscribe to me. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, please like the page. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I put those links up in the chat, and all that helps. All that helps, you know. So yeah, I've got like just over 8,000 subscribers now, guys.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's
8,000.
it's pretty crazy. So I can monetize my my YouTube because they're gonna put ads on this regardless. But now I can get a piece of the ads, basically.
Yeah, might as well. This is a really nice thing. I'm glad I can see all the comments and everything. This is really cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
I dig it.
So far, so good.
It's cool to be like on it because I've seen you do it, but this is really cool.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you coming on and taking time out of your night. I know Zach, you're at work. That's insane.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't been an interruption, but I'm honored. I'm stoked to be on this, and so I couldn't miss it, man.
So I guess it hasn't been too busy, huh?
It's pretty slow. It's a music store. We just opened back up, and it's actually where we rehearse. When we practice. So that's a plus.
Is there like a back room or something, or?
Yeah, it's called the Music Lab. It's got a bunch of rehearsal spaces.
Okay.
Musicians are always here just scheming and rehearsing and all that kind of stuff. But it's slow tonight. We just opened back up since the shutdown. So I've been multitasking.
Okay. And now, are you requiring people to put masks on when they come in?
People are doing it on their own. I don't think we're requiring anybody, but people are being pretty smart about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not wearing red hats and saying it infringes on their constitutional rights.
Not here, no.
Which case I'd probably just shut the door and say, all right, forget it.
Yeah. He's asking, True Gamer Squad, asking about a lockdown. There's no lockdown. They're just minimizing the amount of business in each, the amount of people who can go into each business.
It's actually cool
because 25% capacity.
Eddie and I have both been working through this whole thing, essential work.
Right.
So we've been busy. We've been having a busy time lately. I don't know about you, Eddie, but I've been.
Cheers. What's up, yo?
Hey, wash those hands.
Feel so light. Huh?
He asked if you washed your hands.
Of course I did, man. Got coronavirus out here. What kind of time you think we're living in? Shit.
He's saying it's a weird situation in Texas. I think it might even be weirder in other places. Like in Texas, it's like, at least the weather's nice right now. Taking my dog out on a walk. I'm turning old like Rob over here talking about the weather, but it's messy. But the other places where it's less desirable, I think they might be taking a harder hit. So I don't know. I'm trying to stay grateful of what's working out. I got a little check this one out, Rob. I don't think I gave you a white one.
No, you gave me a black one.
But the white one's got our dogs on the other side.
Nice.
It says Forebode.
That's funny.
And this
we
is
have that
Sugar.
on a pin now too.
Sugar is this one. That's my dog on this side. And then Guillermo's dog, Thor in the middle, and then TJ's dog, Steel, over here. And yeah, Guillermo's got him on pins too.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, if you put that on a shirt, I might buy one. I can't buy a shirt with the big pot leaf on it. That's just not my.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It was more specifically like a parody of the Pantera
shirt,
t-shirt and the event we were playing. It's just
right, exactly.
perfect for that. But yeah, we do have a cool shirt up with the Time Guardian. That one's on our Bandcamp page. That one's pretty sick. That one's been really popular.
Let's look at your.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe you can pull it up and show it.
Yeah.
He says get the Grim Reaper shirt. I think that's what Keith's talking about.
The Grim Reaper one, yeah.
People are calling it all kinds of stuff. I think TJ called it Time Guardian.
Shit. Okay. Let me see if I can.
And yeah, the merch.
Weird.
I mean, the people helping out the band with the merch sales has been like,
Forebode.tx. Forebodetx.bandcamp.
Forebodetx.bandcamp, yeah.
Okay, let me share the screen.
cool.
Chrome tab.
Yeah, it's a really cool piece of art. TJ could speak more on the artist.
Yeah, TJ's back.
Particular.
So we're all squeezed up there, and we can
Yeah.
see your Bandcamp page. Got
Look at
your
that beautiful Bandcamp.
got your album here. You can buy. There's that Firebrand song that you talked about hearing at first, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening track.
That's
on
the one.
EP.
It's the hit.
I'm gonna follow you guys. I don't know why I wasn't following you guys. I'm not gonna sign up for your email list though. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I haven't really utilized that yet. Actually, I did. I did for the on Friday for the Bandcamp Friday. I did email the followers. So. Man, shut up.
That's Steel.
Yeah.
So you got the Time Guardian shirt you were talking about.
Yeah, that's our. It seems to be our most popular one now, and we also have a really sick one that Carcass John did too. We call it the Carcass T-shirt. That one's also really popular. That's the Carcass one. Yeah, that's got the image that was on the guitar pick I gave you, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It looks familiar.
Sexy.
Carcass also did the design for the Stoner Jam shirt too.
He did.
So-
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And he-
Pantera ripoff.
Yeah.
Pantera did it, so can Weed.
Yeah, I think it was Bad Company that they were referring to.
Got a few of those left. We only made 30 of them, so we got a few left. I think I have 5 or 6 left.
Metal Slug.
That's named after the song that we wrote at the first practice. The Metal
Nice.
Slug.
Yep. Rosario that did our album artwork is the same guy that did that design. Shout out to Rosario, Unexpected Spectre.
Yeah.
And there's the Time Guardian right above where the CD is, right there.
Yep.
And that one, TJ, what was the artist? What's his name?
His name is Rami. I think his Instagram handle is Amor Fati or something like that. I tagged it on our Instagram, but yeah, just another one of the hundreds of random dudes from Indonesia that are making fucking insane doom metal and stoner metal art. And we hit them up and we're like, hey man, I was expecting a fucking $500 piece of art, and it's like, yeah, here it is. And then we put on the shirt and he was fucking stoked. So I'm still trying to work out some details to try to send him a piece of that or send him that shirt to Indonesia. It's been fucking, with COVID and everything, it's expensive and it'll take forever. So I'm eventually going to get him one. But I think a couple of bands after we put out that shirt, I did notice a couple of bands that I had heard of before that actually used his art for their shit too. So I don't know if that's what I was hoping would come out of it, is like he would, it would expose his art more to other bands. And I think it's been working out.
We've been lucky to work with some really great artists. And
Yeah.
we have some really cool stuff that Carcass John did for us that we still haven't even released.
Yep.
It's amazing stuff.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about having, new material. You'll always have art you can use with that later down the line, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Well, all right, dudes. Well, I'm surprised we went this long. I'm feeling terrible.
Man.
So
Sorry to do this to you, man.
I appreciate you guys coming on and taking the time, man. It's been awesome. You guys
It was a lot of fun, bro.
You guys are a great band. I wouldn't have asked you to come on if I didn't think you guys were good.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.
So-
Cheers.
I'm glad I met you guys at Foamhenge, and I'm glad I ran into you at Evil Beat, Eddie.
I'm sure I'll see you at the next big one.
Yeah, maybe if there is one, we'll see.
I'll be there. Fuck it.
We'll see. Yeah, we gotta plan it out. I need to come. I need to see you guys. Is what needs to happen.
Yeah, well,
I need to see these guys too, man. Haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, I know, right?
for sure.
Miss you guys.
When we get the green light, we'll let you know, Rob.
Yeah, right on. All right, guys. Well, I will bid you farewell.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll wrap it.
I'll bid you all farewell, and I'm
I'm
going to say a couple things here to the audience. You guys have a good night. Stay
Thanks,
safe.
Rob.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
All right. Shoo. All right, that was Forebode from Austin, Texas. Great group of guys. I was excited to have them. They're really awesome. Hopefully they can get something going once all this ends. Check them out. They have all their stuff on Bandcamp. You can listen to them on Spotify. They have some good videos, and they're a good band, so check them out. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to be talking to my friend Natalie from Hot Mess Pooches. She has a dog rescue in the Houston area, so that'll be cool. And then on Thursday, I'm going to talk to Jake Wayman. He is the vocalist for Vesperian Sorrow and Nahaya. He's in San Antonio. So we'll have those shows coming up. Don't have anything else planned after that. So I'm in the initial planning phases of doing a couple more of these. But if you want to be on one, send me a message and we can do this and help promote what you got going on. So again, if you're watching on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. Share it. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure to get the page for the Most Epic Adventures Alike. If you're watching on Twitter, on Periscope on Twitter, please follow at Most Epic Show. And we're also on Instagram at The Most Epic Adventures. So until tomorrow, when I have Natalie, that's going to be at 7 o'clock Texas time, I will see you then. Be excellent to each other.